Okay, there's all the interior pieces. So we've got a floor, 2 roof pieces, a front and a back, and 2 sides. You can see that they're all done. And next we're going to be doing the roof. So you'll want to get your roof pieces steam pressed in half. I like to use a nice steam press because then you get, it wasn't so much important on the trim, but when you get to the roof part, I'm going to show you my roof parts here. So you can see they get a nice crisp edge when you use steam, when you press these in half. And you're going to do that on your 4 roof pieces. Okay, so it's time to do the shingles. Okay, so what I did was I took my pieces. These were the width of the fabric, and I cut them in half. Okay, so kind of a long piece. And per the instructions, we're going to just lay these so that the folded end is even with the bottom. So here I'm getting close. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to butt this in here. Keep sewing. Okay, so we have that. Now what you're going to do, and I'm just referring to the pattern, so okay, so it is a 1/2 inch. Okay, so next what you're going to do is you're going to come up from this edge right here. You're going to come up from this edge a 1/2 inch. Okay, again, this is where this little tool really comes in handy. And we're going to make a mark. And you're going to probably want to get a ruler. I'm just going to make some little tick marks here that are a 1/2 inch up. And then I'm going to come along with the ruler and draw a line. And we're going to do this. It's going to be the same on your fronts and your sides, which I'll show you how that works, because you actually sew them all 4 at once, kind of in a straight line like this here. But just making these little tick marks here, and then I can come along with my long ruler and draw a line. And that's going to be my guide for the next roof piece. Right now I just sewn on a red background one, and so the next one will be, I almost don't even need to draw a line on here, to be honest, as long as I'm below those tick marks there. So we're going to go ahead and lay this down. And we'll just kind of straighten this as we go. And now we're going to sew on the next one. And just make sure that your fabric is on that line, your little tick marks that you made. On the one that I shown on the beginning of when I was announcing this tutorial, you'll notice that I did like a birch bark roof, and I did not interchange it with any other fabrics, and that worked out really good. But this one, because I've got the 2 colors and I have a zillion pieces of fabric, why not? Use them all. So you just keep doing that, making your little marks, and keep sewing, alternating your colors, you know, or if you're using the same fabric. So we're going to just go ahead and mark up 1/2 inch again from the edge of the fabric, not the seam, okay? The edge of the fabric up 1/2 inch, okay? Alright, everybody, when you kind of get to the end here, so I just did a measurement on what I've got left right here, and it's 3/4 of an inch. And that's not much. So what I'm going to do is, and this is what the pattern directions basically say too. Nobody's really going to notice this. It's at the top. But I'm just going to go ahead and line up my edge at the top of the interfacing here. And it's still going to overlap, okay? No one's really going to notice that these are off a little bit. So if I were to sew it on, you know, it'd be left like that. And I don't have a piece of fabric left, so this is right. So, you know, your measurement might be a little bit less. Depends. I was sewing kind of close. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and sew the last one on, lining up with the top. Done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the back room here. I'm going to lay my rulers on, and I'm going to have the interfacing facing up, and I'm going to trim right on the edge of the interfacing all of the excess here. And then the roof pieces are done, and we can set those aside.